we live? Not sure. I guess we are live now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, let's continue Raw Talks. Like every Thursdays, I'll be talking about, I'll be picking some random topics and I'll be talking about my learnings and to be specific, I don't have any specific topic in mind, but let's talk about cryptos. That's my favorite topic recently. My Twitter feed is always filled with these NFTs, metaverse, all those things. So let's leave the investment aspects aside and let's talk about some theoretical concepts what do you mean by be your own bank, something like that. Uh, Before that, let me just confirm once stream is proper, all those things. Just hang on. So let's leave the investment aspects aside. I don't know if background music is playing or if it's too loud. I'm just using my integrated webcam and normal earphones, so the audio quality might not be great, but I'll try to upgrade in future. Well, this is like a pre dry run. I don't know how long I can continue this, but I'll try to keep this consistent as possible. So yeah, again, before we start, I just want to make sure that all these are my personal learnings. So I'm not a subject expert here, so I might make few mistakes. So let's not do your own research, and if you find any mistakes, you can point out to me. You can leave the comments below, or you can reach me out on Twitter, or I don't know. I'm pretty much active in almost all the social medias. So let's get back to notepad and we'll get into the concept. Like, be your own bank. Sorry. So this is a bold statement, right? What is the first thing comes to your mind? Like, be your own bank. So let's get back to this later. So before getting to this, I just want to make sure that the main purpose of crypto is just remember this. Everything will make sense in the end. So let's go back to early 2000s. Early 2000. So what are the use cases of internet? If if you ask with anyone like what are the use cases of internet, so there are very limited use cases, right? It might be a forum, like a Q&A website, or can be I don't know what is that, uh, publishing sites. That is nothing but blogs, all the statics, all the static contents, right? So this was the early stages of internet. So many people have criticized this as internet bubble. It's a bubble, right? So people are not willing to accept the change. So this time frame is called as this was I don't know, the people have always criticized this, so they were not ready to accept the change. This was the early stages of internet, right? So let's come back to crypto, right? If I list down the use cases of crypto, it might be very limited. So what can be the use cases? Let's list out. I'll just list out whatever comes to my mind. It can be a currency aspect. Currency that can be P2P cash. One more, it can be DeFi. DeFi, I mean, what I mean by DeFi, it's like decentralized finance. Here you can do this all the activities which can be done by traditional banking. Like you can borrow, lend, then NFTs. It's like digital assets. Let's ignore the typos. I might make few typos. Then comes smart contracts. This smart contract is nothing but a programmable thing. Let's you can just like a regular normal contract between party A and party B. You can automate it by code. Then what else? Then what are the use cases? DAO. This can be the next big thing in blockchain world. This is nothing but a decentralized autonomous organization, just like how the company runs. So the use case is pretty less right now. So we are still in the early stage. So we need to understand one thing. This is like decentralized. So what was the problem in centralization? It is controlled by central authority, right? It can be a bank or any central authority which controls everyone, right? So so we need to trust them. So yeah, in centralized, we don't have control over anything. All they are the lawmakers, right? I'm not saying we should not trust them, but no, so, this is the system which is designed by default. So whatever we see in current world, it is controlled by some sort of central authority. So I'm just asking, like, uh, what if there is any other possible way? I mean, what is the possible way to avoid this central authority? So let's take about to give you the context. What we can do? Let's take a country. Let's take a country which faces hyperinflation, like Zimbabwe, maybe. You know what's the funniest thing is at one point they have printed 1 trillion Zimbabwe dollars, which is pretty worthless. I mean, the currency. It was this was the time frame where value of their currency decreasing rapidly, and these people kept on printing currency notes. What happens if you print excess money? The value loses, right? So the value was decreasing rapidly. Remember? So, what could be the possible solution to prevent this? I mean, what can be what? So, since the money loses value, what are the options do we have? One thing is like you can buy gold, right? Gold is something which has value. Hmm. Another option is like buy crypto, specifically BTC. Bitcoin is something again which has a store value. We'll discuss more on this later on. Let's highlight these few things. So if a country faces hyperinflation, to preserve your wealth, one thing is that you can buy gold, or you can invest in something which is more stable like BTC. I know but BTC is not stable, it's highly volatile, but it's proven that it has a value. So let's hold this for a moment. So let's say you bought a lot of gold, right? So with gold, there is another problem. So what are the possible problems with the gold? That is medium of exchange. Gold might not be the best medium of exchange. I'll tell you why. Why gold is not best medium of exchange. Let's say you have accepted a payment mode as gold. So what are the possible challenges you could face? One thing could be how do you divide into fractional part? How do you divide into fractional part? The second thing would be what is it? You need to always carry a weight scale, right, to measure. Uh, what is what could be another problem? Like it's not always safe to carry gold. Then what else? What else? Let me think. It's quite once after melting, or let's say you have divided, restoring it to original form. This is also difficult, right? So let me quickly recap what was the problem. Let's say if you have accepted the payment mode as gold, there could you could face a problem in dividing. You can't. It's quite difficult to divide into fractions, and it's also you need to carry a weighting scale to measure all the things. Like how do you determine what's the worth? You need to measure, right? You need to weight that, and also it is not safe to carry your gold. Like wherever you go, you can't carry that. You can carry, but it's not safe. Also, let's say you have divided into pieces. Now you want to restore it. It's quite difficult. You have to melt and a lot of other stuffs, right? So to avoid these problems, they introduced something called as a legal tender. This is nothing but your currency, paper currency. This paper currency is pegged to gold, right? So this had value, this paper currency. So things were going good until 1970s. So this thing is known as gold standard. In gold standard, what happens? Every currency is backed by certain amount of gold, and you could exchange this bill, and you can exchange this bill with gold, and back and forth. So in 1970s, they have abandoned this, right, and introduced fiat. What happened in fiat? There is no backing of gold. Nothing but the commodity. Hmm. Where are we now? Fractional part. Okay, this is done. So okay, Fiat was a disaster. Like there was no backing of gold. So what was the problem with this centralization anyway? So let's talk about problems with this. Let's say you are in a country which faces hyperinflation and the value of currency is decreasing rapidly. So you have decided to fly. I mean, you have decided to leave this country. You can't leave empty-handed, right? So you have decided to carry all of your assets. That is nothing but gold, cash. You can't carry all your land, all those things. But let's say gold. Gold, it's quite difficult to carry. As I said, you can't carry these gold bars or anything. There is limitations like you, in airport or any other countries. You can't carry more. You have to pay custom duties, pay to customs. So this cannot be done. Another thing is like if you have decided to go to bank and withdraw all of your money. So what can be the problems you can face? Like you can't withdraw all of your money, right? There might be withdrawal limitation. Let's say if government tells a bank that not to issue any new currencies, your money is stuck, right? Your money will be stuck forever, stuck in banks. So even if it is your money, you don't have control over it, right? So then let's you can't withdraw, like you can't there is a withdrawal limit and your money is stuck in bank. So if it was with if you add all these assets in cryptos. So let's say you have stored all this your assets in cryptos, you can easily carry, right? With the help of your wallet you can with the help of your wallet you can easily load up all your assets. All your assets are stored in a blockchain network, so there is no centralized authority controlling your fund. So with the help of your wallet you can restore no matter where you live. It doesn't have any geographical boundaries, so all you need to remember is your 12 digit seed phrases. The seed phrases is nothing but your gateway to unlock your currency. You need to be very careful about the seed phrases, right? So if you lose your access to seed phrases, or if your seed phrases is compromised, someone can steal your fund. So you should be very careful about this. So I can conclude this. This can be a truly global. It has a potential to become a global currency. So where do we have now? Let me quickly recap. Okay, in the early in 2000, it was like early days of internet. We had forums, publishing sites, nothing much. Again, in the crypto, it's same, right? We are in the early stage. We don't find any of the use cases. So the main motive is like it's decentralized, right? Sure. Yeah, this is why I have said like be your own bank. What can be the takeaway from this? The rich gets richer, right? Now, what I mean by rich gets richer, let's say you have deposited your money in bank and you don't know what happens. So these bank people can do anything. They can invest your money in some other hedge funds and make profit out of it, right? In return, what you get nothing, right? They might at the max they might give you 3% annual interest on on your money which is sitting idle, or for FD they might give at the max 7%, right? So they are looting out. So you need to. So this is what these bank people are doing to our money. So we don't have control over it, right? So why is this? This was decided long back, and those people who have decided they got rich and they are not bothered to change this law. So we can't do anything about it, right? So what will be the future? Let's talk about future aspect. What currency? Future aspect of crypto. Well, we can't say. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Anything, any new innovation takes time to adopt. We'll see how it goes. So I could conclude that crypto can be a balance to centralized model. So that's why I said you can be your own bank. So all you need is a crypto wallet and you can load up your assets instantly. So that's an advantage. Mm, I know I have missed something, but just getting used to this live stream. So this is totally unprepared. So if you find any mistakes, you can please let me know. You can drop the comment. You can bash me out. I don't mind. So in the upcoming week, we will discuss about how Bitcoin solves these inflation problems and what's the difference between keeping your money in exchanges and your crypto wallets. And also we will discuss about how crypto wallet works. Do we want to recap this quickly? No, we'll do one thing. I'll write a blog post and we'll leave the link in the description. Maybe you guys can read it out. Yeah, don't worry. I'll just try to improve the stream quality. So yeah, that's all, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Yeah, bye.